All right, guys, I believe we are live. Sorry, that was my poor Vidovitz impersonation. Hi, guys, we are live. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing very well. And welcome to our second questions and answers live chat. Yeah. How are you doing? Yeah. I know I didn't fall asleep. I didn't fall asleep. I almost fell asleep. No, I didn't fall asleep. No. Hi, Vildevin. Hi to Sweden. Hi, Simirimus Tekken. I can speak Turkish, but I don't know. I shouldn't speak Turkish right now. Hi, Sarah Lippa. You've been here very early. Thank you. And hi, everyone else. Many names. Sleeping is always good. No. I had my coffee early in the morning. I always have it early in the morning. I have to have it every day. So I was very sick over the weekend. I became very sick on Friday. That's why on Friday I didn't release the planned video on Jews, the Islamic war. Islam's dark history with Jews. That was planned for Friday, but I became very, very sick. I am still recovering. I'm almost totally fine today. Thanks, William. Great to see you. Hi, Loki Love. Hi, Sin Lol. Guten Abend, Grandius Knanius. Is there a problem with the live chat? I think there's a problem with the... Oh, okay, it's fine. Thank you, Tuba Tree. Okay, first questions are coming in. Okay. What was the question? Oh, Wazo X, have you told your Muslim friend that you are an apostate? I have told some of them that I'm an apostate. I told some of them that I left Islam. The reaction was mostly not very nice, but I haven't told everyone. I mean, everyone will probably find out someday, but I don't care. I just need the people in my life who are friends regardless of religion. You know, if I have friends, if I have Muslim friends, and they suddenly start to mistrust me and to attack me and stuff like that just because I left Islam, then they can just leave. You know, I don't need such people in my life. No one needs such people. Thanks for the question. Oh, by the way, guys, my channel has been monetized, which is a big surprise to me. YouTube sent me an email last week or so saying that my channel has been monetized. It has been approved. And the application was there for months, for like 4 months or so. I just applied with the feeling that it will probably be rejected and that I will not monetize anything anyway. So it was approved. I wanted to test it on a few videos. I monetized some of my videos, and whenever I monetized any video, it was demonetized within only a few minutes. So YouTube is quite funny. They approve my monetization, they approve the monetization of my channel, but they demonetize everything on my channel. So there is really no purpose to it. That's why I will keep saying that my channel is not monetized, and you can watch everything without any ads. Also, thanks to all my supporters on Patreon. I'm still going through all the changes on Patreon. I will make a lot of changes so that Patreon will become so much more better, yeah. And I also want to give back to all the people who support me. I'm currently working on that. All right, I'll get into the questions. I don't want to miss anything. Cyan from Mobius asked, my school teaches me that Islam is peaceful and ISIS are misinterpreting the Quran. How do I respond to them? That's nothing new. I mean, Muslims have been doing it all along in history. throughout the entire history of Islam, you can see that even in the 10th century, in the 9th century, they have always been in this struggle of calling each other not real Muslims and telling each other that they are misinterpreting the Quran and Islam, and that they are straying away from real Islam. The same thing is done by radicalists, by fundamentalists like ISIS, and the same thing is also done by rather peaceful Muslims. So it's always both sides accusing each other of with the same thing. I will make a video about ISIS very soon, even though I didn't want to do that, but I feel like there is a need to talk about this issue. I hope I can answer those questions in that video much, much better. Thank you for the question. Next question. By Jose Diaz. I believe I didn't pronounce that very well. Anyway, thank you for the question. The question is, I have a question for you. Why didn't Muhammad say that the Bible is corrupted, but Muslims say it? Well, the main theory, which is not held by Islamic scholars for obvious reasons, is that Muhammad wasn't very well informed about the Bible at his time. And he used to get information from Christians and from Jews all along. And of course, he based his knowledge on the knowledge that he got from those people. He talked about Judaism and about Christianity. He talked about the Bible. He talked about biblical prophets, about Jesus, about God. And at first, he thought that he is totally right about those things. He didn't really understand the concept of Christianity. He didn't really understand the concept of Judaism either. Only during his time, in later times, during the end of his prophecies, he found out more and more what Christians and Jews actually believe in, and then he started to condemn them. But it was way too late, because early parts of the Quran say that you should look at the Bible, say that Christians and Jews should read the Bible, and so on. And that's why when Muslims after Muhammad actually found out about what the Bible teaches and what those religions teach, they saw that those religions are completely incompatible with Islam. Because, the Bible teaches what Christians actually believe in, which the Quran labels as complete heresy, as complete vile heresy that needs to be shut down. And Jewish teachings are also based completely on Jewish scripture. So when Muslims found that out, they started to spread this notion that the Jews and the Christians actually falsified the Bible, which is not really true. I will make a video about that also very soon. Very nice question. Thank you very much. Datacom. Why are most threats that come from India and Pakistan Muslims? I talked about it way too often. I think I don't want to talk about that too much. But to say it very carefully, there is something weird and wrong about many Muslims in Pakistan and India. It might have to do with their history with Islam. I will do more about Islam in India in the future in some videos. I might talk about that more. Thanks for the question. Grandius Gnanius asks, did you think about other religions and whether they might be right or not? Yes, I did. I spent a lot of time actually thinking about, I still spend a lot of time thinking about existence, about religions, about evolution, and this and that, and the future and the past, and how everything happened. What I said in one of my earlier videos is that I am completely convinced that the one true God is not something that I can believe in. So I'm done with those religions, even though I have nothing harshly, specifically against Judaism and Christianity. I'm done with those religions, and obviously with Islam too. I looked into other religions. I try to look more into Hinduism and Buddhism and other related religions and other religions, but I haven't found anything satisfying yet. I don't think I will ever find anything satisfying. I just believe in reason, in humanity, in being good to each other and being good to yourself primarily. Some people think that's an arrogant thing to say. I don't think so. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for the question. Sankalp asked, I heard that saying inshallah is necessary if you want something to happen, according to Islam. It's true. And it's actually not... I don't have the hadith very much in memory, but it is a totally Islamic practice to say inshallah if you want something good to happen, which means if God wills, I believe, if I'm not wrong right now. I haven't cared about that subject for so long, but yeah, that's a very weird Islamic teaching. Alethea Lenning asked, is the Torah of Muslims the same for the Jewish? No, Muslims have no idea about the Torah. They only know about the word Torah. They know basically that Jews believe in it and so on, but the vast majority of Muslims have never read a single sentence from the Torah. They don't know anything about it, and they don't include biblical. They don't include old scripture in their new religion, even though the Quran says that the Bible is also from God, because they believe that those books are falsified. Even though the Quran says that Allah's word can't be falsified. So no, they have absolutely no idea about that, and the Quran is completely different from the Bible. Jesus Christ SDU asked, what is your family's view of you being an apostate? I didn't really tell my family very much about it yet. They will find out pretty soon, but I don't know. I hope the sound is okay, guys, by the way. Thanks for the question. What else? Shenzi said, I just want to say I love you a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for joining in. Again, very nice participation. Thank you all so much. Aaron Dev asked, how much time do you think does Islam need to be reformed? I believe it's currently already in some form of reformation, but the problem about Islam and reformation is that there is nothing, I mean, in Christianity, reform referred more to going back to the pure origins of Christianity, and Protestants kind of try to do that and kind of achieve that, probably not fully. Others try the same, but in Islam, it's just not the same. In Islam, you can't go back to the root of the religion. The root of the religion is already there. And the pure root of the religion is very close to people who identify as Salafis, as Wahhabis, like in Saudi Arabia, or another scholar like Zakir Naik, for example, is actually much closer to the root of Islam than many other moderate Muslims, even though he tells a lot of lies and makes a lot of excuses and alters the origin of the religion. But I don't think, I wouldn't call it a reform. I would rather call it a weakening of Islam and the end of Islam. And I believe it's not very far away. I mean, if I think about the development of the internet, of technology, of information spreading around the world, and if you look at news of apostasy and atheism as rising trends in the Islamic world, I believe that in 200 years, most people will view Islam only as a joke, or they will try to protect it as some form of tradition, but following it will not be a big thing anymore. I hope so. Thank you. JSB, best argument against Islam? I don't know. That's a nice question. I should make a short video, like a 5-second video, best argument against Islam. Thanks for the question. Cash Money, you are doing thank you so much, Cash Money. Thanks. Morn Watson, an advice for someone with a Muslim in his work team. Well, keep religion out. That's it. That's all I can say about it. If they keep talking about religion, just don't talk about it. Or if they really want to talk about religion, then talk to them about it and make them regret it. Thanks for the question. Dennis Sturcup, do all Muslim females go to hell according to Hadith? No, it's rather a misunderstanding and a result of conflicting Hadith. But all Muslim females going to hell is certainly not the case. I mean, according to Islamic belief, according to the majority of evidences, women also go to paradise. They just don't get the same treatment as men do. I mean, women won't be there with their 60 big-membered male slaves or something like that. So no, all Muslim women going to hell is not a thing. Thanks for the question. Oliver Starley, so when are you people going to give back Asia Minor to the Greeks and Armenians? I don't know. Tell that to Erdogan. I don't want to be associated with Turkey. It's a laughable country. Another question by WazoX. Imagine a guy only has Muslim friends and then he apostates. Do you think he should say it? I believe it depends very much on where he lives. I mean, if you live in a country like Pakistan, you should probably not say it. If you live in a country like Turkey, you could probably say it. If you live in the West, you could definitely say it. But it also then depends on your family, on how financially independent you are, in what region you live, and so on. Thanks for the question. Jonathan Smith asked, what's your opinion on the situation in Turkey? Are they heading towards theocracy under Erdogan? I wouldn't say Turkey is headed towards theocracy because, I mean, if the Turkish regime right now wants to make sure to be attacked and taken down, the quickest way would be to install some kind of theocratic government. But the country is becoming more and more unfree. Freedom of expression is lowering. Freedom of the media is getting very, very bad. And there are so many other problems in the country. And Erdogan's party is obviously political Islamist. They supported the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt for such a long time, very openly, when other Western countries warned against that and even pointed out terrorist activity within the Muslim Brotherhood. Erdogan and his party in Turkey still openly supported it. It's very dangerous. And half of the Turkish population seems to support it. I don't know where it's going. I just hope it will be fine. Because Turkey can be a very dangerous country if they go into a dangerous direction. Thanks for the question. Suaz Weiger. Should I marry a Muslim girl if she says she loves me, but I need to revert to Islam? No. How can you even ask me that question? I don't, it's up to you. I mean, if you want to do that, do it. But why would you do that? Why would you convert to a different religion and start living a different lifestyle and start actively believing in a different God just because you want to marry a girl? I mean, if she requires that, then there's something wrong with her. Thanks for the question. What do you think about Indian religions? Asked by Shaitan Jagadale. I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry. I don't know. I mean, I get that question very often, and it's understandable why I get that question, because I have many people from India on my channel, and thank you all so much, you guys from India. I don't know. I really don't have very much knowledge to really give my opinion on those religions. I would really need to look much further into it. I mean, I have basic knowledge about it the way a bit more than every Western person, I guess, but I still think I'm not in a position to give my opinion about those religions. Thanks for the question. Divyansh Veer, what are sword verses? Sword verses are it might refer to one part in the Quran in chapter 9, or also to another part in the Quran. Abolishes every kind of nice treatment and protection of infidels, and makes an order to the Muslims to fight non-Muslims and to tax Jews, Christians, polytheists, and so on. There was even an early Islamic scholar, still one of the most respected ones, Ibn Kathir, who clearly says that the sword verses abrogate any form of pardon against non-Muslims, and that it's a clear order to all Muslims to fight the disbelievers. And that was vastly accepted by Muslims and Muslim scholars, even though Muslims today somehow try to hide that. But I will definitely make a video about that. I talked about it briefly in my jizya video, which I made only 2 weeks ago or so, or last week, I don't even know. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. But I'll talk more about that. Thanks for the question. Opinion on Quranists. My opinion on Quranists is that they are bullshitters. I will talk more about that in future. Thanks for the question. Julie Mora, hello, AB. Thank you, Julie. Thanks. Glad having you here. You also have a great channel, by the way, Julie Mora. Everyone, if you want to follow, if you want to subscribe to Julie's channel, Julie, you can post it in the live chat. I think it's very interesting. I think everyone should have a look at your channel too. Looking for questions. Thanks everyone for the great participation. It's going very nice again. And there are a lot of questions. Thanks everyone so much. And please tell me if there is any problem with my with the sound or anything. Are you planning to visit India? I don't think I would visit India any time soon. Maybe in the next 5 years. I don't know. Thanks for the question. Badgal asked, I am from Turkey, but I'm an atheist. What do you think about Turkish Muslim people? I believe Turkish Muslims are among the most ignorant Muslims in the world about their own religion. Mostly they have no clue what their religion preaches, what their religion wants from them. And they always believe that their religion is exactly what they have in their own mind. And they are also among the least religious people, among the least religious Muslims. And many of them actually see themselves as very religious, but then they have no clue how to actually practice the religion. I think they are very, very ignorant in Islam, which is a good thing. But they also have other things like Turkish ultra-nationalism and chauvinism, which makes them quite weird sometimes. Thanks for the question. Julian the Ivysaur asked, what do Muslims teach each other about other religions? Muslims usually don't know much about other religions. And I don't know. It sounds very stereotypical, I know, but most Muslims have no idea about Christianity and Judaism and other religions, except that Christians believe in Jesus and Jews believe in the scripture. But what they usually do is just create stereotypes and just talk negatively about them. Most Muslims have no clue about these religions, and they also don't inform themselves about those religions because they have this fear of losing their own faith while looking into other religions. Thanks for the questions. I will just try to save some of these questions right now. Sorry for the disturbance. Because the YouTube live chat is quite weird and I don't want to lose any questions here. I'm also trying to read other questions meanwhile. Rimon Salam asked, could you do a video about what the Quran and Hadith say about the Quran? I don't understand. I think there was a typo. I think you mistyped one of these words here. Please ask the question again. I would love to answer it. Prashant Dud asked, please tell about planning of Ghazwa Hind. It's a topic that many people don't know about, especially Western people don't know about. It's an issue called Ghazwa-e-Hind or Ghazwatul-Hind in Islam, which is a theory that that there are specific hadith in Islam that somehow predict the conquest of India by Muslims. And based on that, some people, some Hindus, spread that as precaution against Islam. And some people in Pakistan and some people in the Kashmir region, Muslims, spread propaganda saying that it is a Muslim duty to conquer India. The problem is that the hadith that is based on, or the hadith that the Ghazwatul Hind theory is based on, is not very strong. The hadith are quite weak, and there is only one hadith that is in some way strong and says that and in some way praises people who will go to India and conquer land in India. What Islamic scholars mostly think about this is that it already happened in the past and has no relevance for the future, and most of Muslims have no clue about such a prophecy at all. So it's only a thing among people in India and Pakistan. It's not really an Islamic thing. So I don't think it's a big Islamic problem. Most Muslims, as said, have no idea about that. I might make a video about that in future, but I really don't believe it's a big problem. Thanks for the question. Isaac Liscom asked, hope you're doing well, thank you. What is the worst thing about the Quran in your opinion? Worst? I don't know. I mean, there are so many bad things. I couldn't even count them all. But what disturbs me the most about the Quran is a verse where it orders to torture people who wage war against Allah and His Messenger or cause mischief in the land. It doesn't really specify what it means. And then it goes on and orders people to, and orders the Muslims to crucify those people, to cut their arms and to cut their hands and feet off of opposite sides and leave them bleeding, or to kill them or to exile them. That's a disgusting thing. It's terrible. I have no idea how people can look at that and think this is a totally peaceful and nice religion. And what else disturbs me the most, what disturbed me the most during my religious times is the Quran's treatment with women. Thanks for the question. Okay, I'm getting more questions. I'm trying to save those so I don't miss any. Thanks for all the nice comments. Thanks for all the participation, guys. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks, Solomon David. Thank you so much. I'm currently noting some questions. What do you think is better, Germany, Turkey, or America? Tough question. Definitely not Turkey. I always consider Germany my homeland, but I'm also in America by choice now, so I love America. I would say Germany is my home and America is my home by choice. Thanks for the question. Why are Pakistani Muslims so religious? I seriously don't know. Might have to do with how conversion worked in history in Islam, in India. I don't really know. Someone asked about my my impressive background with education. It's actually not that impressive. I mean, thank you so much, by the way. Most of that I just got by myself. I went to some college, but in Turkey, and a very good college actually. But then I decided not to do it anymore because I thought I don't need this. It was probably a dumb decision back then, but right now I'm fine with it. But most about these things I got on my own. And regarding my religious education, I got my religious education with Islamic scholars and many other people, many other very old people, 70, 80-year-old people who spent their lives studying Islam. I sat down with them together and studied with them for 2 to 3 years. That's where I got all of this from. That's how I was so devoted. I know the stream is quite behind the chat, and the questions are quite overwhelming here. There is a lot. Thanks, guys, for all the questions. Let's see. Do my relatives know that I'm the apostate prophet? They don't really know that. Only some know, others don't. But they will probably know about it. But I don't really care. I mean, I don't really know how they will receive it. I just think they have to deal with it. I miss a lot of questions here, by the way, guys. That is because it's a lot of questions, and the YouTube live chat is horrible. YouTube live chat is horrible. YouTube, fix your live chat. Thanks for all the questions. No, the questions are not from Patreon. They are all here. It's just that the YouTube live chat system is quite slow when there are so many questions, and it starts to cut off early questions and just continue with the new ones, as if you wouldn't need to go there and to look at them again, you know. What do you reply when Muslims say Islam means peace? Well, I just show them some Quran verses and go through some logic with them, and mostly it just ends up being totally. What happened to the live chat? Yeah, sorry guys, there's something totally wrong about this live chat. I have no idea what's going on. 50 people just dropped at once, which is impossible. And my question box totally got cut off again. I will try to look for a different solution on this. I'm very sorry. Sorry, guys. I'll still try to answer the questions as good as possible. Germany is being destroyed by the left. Merkel has to go. Well, I wouldn't say destroyed, but it's getting very, very messed up. Yeah. Do you live in Germany? Asked by Julian the Ivestor. No, I don't live in Germany. I used to live in Germany. I am in America now. Linda Clark, $10 super chat. Thank you. Was there a question with that? I believe there was no question with this super chat. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, Linda. If you want to make a super chat with I don't know, $1, $2, $3, whatever you want, you can also add a question to that, so I can also give you the attention and answer your question. Thanks so much, Linda. I know, guys, there are a lot of problems with this live chat right now. It's definitely not my internet. My internet connection is top right now. I use Google Hangouts, which is what YouTube offers as the best solution. But yeah, this is how it is. CutK05, thank you so much. Another super chat, $5. I will come to that question right away. Was the Quran put together over time or all at once? Was wondering if the revelation about dinner guests happened during his cave talks with Gabriel. Okay, let me just have a... Okay. So what happened with the Quran is it didn't happen all at once. First, Muhammad apparently went to this cave and started to receive revelations from Gabriel, as he claimed. And he was totally terrified about it. So he came home, told his then wife about it, started to spread this knowledge to some other people. And when more and more people bought into that he is actually getting inspiration from God or from some divine angel, he started to talk more and more Quranic nonsense. So it all happened over a time of about 20 years. It didn't all happen at once. He used to suddenly, in the middle of conversations, get inspirations from Allah and then suddenly make up some weird rhyme. As you might know, the Quran is also completely poetic. It all rhymes. So he would just stay in the middle of a conversation and say, oh, I have an inspiration from Allah now. And then he would start speaking a Quran verse. And then other people around him would start making notes of that, or would start just memorizing whatever he just said, and then put it together and turn all of this into a book. The Quran as a book, as a complete book, a collection of all those delusional things that Muhammad said, was not present in Muhammad's time. It only happened after Muhammad died. So no, even that revelation about his dinner guests didn't happen in a cave. It happened directly in that moment. Apparently, Muhammad was sitting there with his guests in his house, newly wedded to his new wife Zainab, and when he got more and more bored and stressed out because the guests wouldn't leave his house, he started to make a few moves to tell them that they should leave. In the end, when they didn't leave, he just said, okay, this and this and this, and made up a new Quran verse. That's how it always happened. JSP asked the question. Oh, thank you, by the way, very much, Code K05. JSP asked the question, did Muhammad really believe he was a prophet or deceiving people? No one can know the answer to that question. I believe he had some problems, but he was also quite smart and just used people. Why do some people who have read the Quran claim that Islam is a religion of peace? I don't know. I mean, we went over that question so many times, but Muslims always have this thing. I mean, Muslims grow up into this religion, especially if they grow up in today's time with Western influence. They want to believe that this religion is really peaceful and really nice and really full of compassion and love. So it's totally understandable that that if you grow up in Islam and you are, I don't know, 16 years old, and you grew up with values like being kind to others, helping others, this and that, it's totally understandable that you would end up believing that your religion is a totally peaceful religion. And that is usually what Muslims have. I mean, Muslims don't get a comprehensive education on Islam. They don't learn about all the bad things in and around Islam. So when some people come to you and say that Islam is a religion of peace, and that's the Islam they know, then many of them are not actually trying to deceive you. Many of them are actually trying to tell you their side of the story. The problem is just that their side of the story is a very empty one, a very ignorant one, because they grew up that way. You could say they are victims of it. You could say it's not their fault. I don't know. That's completely up to you. Thanks for the question. Ilmar of the Meyer. Thank you so much. Another super chat of $10 with a question. The question is, my Jordanian roommates say it doesn't translate to if she hasn't had menses, wait 3 months before divorcing, but wait 3 months after birth for sex. Is this referring to the pedophilia claim in the Quran verse? I believe it is. Yes, it is. Okay, it's referring to that. Well, there is a huge discussion about it. It's a very, very big topic that I would really have to open up here for everyone to talk about it in details. But I promise I will do a video about that and offer a discussion in that video, because I also believe that it's really not that easy. I mean, it's a big accusation that Quran verse defends pedophilia, even though Islam allows pedophilia, so it shouldn't really be that big of a problem. But that Quran verse specifically is quite problematic. So I will make a different video about that, dedicated to that, and talk about it. Jana, $100. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's all I can say. There's no question to it, so I can't do anything with it. But thank you so much. Okay. Oh, there is a question to it. Okay. What are your plans for future outreach? I have a lot of plans. I don't know. I want to share some of my plans when more and more emerge, when more and more are formed and shaped. For now, I am doing this when I have when I have a bigger reach, especially at the end of this year. I also want to do more stuff. I want to work with more ex-Muslims. I want to work with some other YouTubers like Saitin, who has a great channel, or Vidovits, or my friend Egyptian Atheist, who also has a YouTube channel somewhere here, but he doesn't really use it. But I have big projects. I want to work on some documentary type of thing. I'm currently working on actually writing some form of book, but I will actually announce that much more further in the future, because it's all just, they are all just little plans right now. That's it. Thank you so much. Ryugi Shibi Shiki asked, please make more videos about refuting Zakir Naik. Well, I'm very conflicted about making videos about Zakir Naik, because Zakir Naik is a very easy target, to be very honest. I mean, everyone can make videos about Zakir Naik and then just get appreciation from all the people who hate Zakir Naik, and there are many of them. So I don't want to concentrate only on bashing Zakir Naik, but I might make something about him again at some point. And even though I'm not for targeting individuals, he deserves it fully, with all the crap that he spreads and with all the way that he attacks his opponents. Rafai asked, I saw a poll in Turkey saying 20% of Turkey are non-believers. Do you believe those numbers? I don't believe that. I believe that non-believers in Turkey are less than 10%. That's what a Gallup study showed only recently. And I think Gallup is the most credible source in this. Michael Morris asks, why did you become an atheist and not turn to another religion? I explained that in my third Why I Left Islam video. I don't know. I wouldn't even call myself fully an atheist, but atheist is just what it is. Lack of belief. I don't believe in any deity right now. And I don't believe that I can believe in one. But I'm always thinking about existence and gods and the reason of being here, what will happen in the future, and so on. But there was just not much reason to believe in any other religion, because I just don't see any truth anywhere. I can't just start believing in something and then find out if it's true or not. I made such mistakes in the past. I would rather go to the roots of everything and find out everything about something, and to then make up my opinion about it. Thanks for the question. What are your thoughts on Sharif Kabir? Asked by Antimony Cup. I think he's a great and courageous guy. I mean, he lives in Egypt. He's still in Egypt. He speaks out in Egypt. He makes live videos against Islam. While doing that, he also stays extremely polite, maybe because he's in Egypt, or maybe because that's his personality. But I think his videos are very informative, are very brave, and very nicely done. Yeah. Thanks for the question. Thanks for all the questions, for all the participation, guys. Yeah. The YouTube live chat is totally messed up again. I have no idea what's going on. I will just try to answer the questions that are in front of me and appear as recent. What is the future of Europe under Muslim migrants? Asked by Sri Krishna. It's a very, I don't know. It's a very complicated issue. It's a tough question. I mean, it's really hard to say something about it. It's really hard to predict the future based on what's happening right now. But what's happening right now is that there is one side which goes to very far ends to defend migration, to defend Muslims, to defend every kind of culture and even extremism, and import them into the country. And there is another side that also emerges as a reaction to all of that, which is the right. Um, Now, the future might look like this side and that side will clash and will come to either a radical solution or a solution where they can both agree on something. I don't really know what it will look like, but I just hope everything will be fine because the Western world did so well for so long and is currently the forerunner in human rights and women's rights and everything. I just wish all the best for the West. Thanks for the question. Card K05, thank you so much again for the super chat and for $5. Thanks. But there's no question to it. It just says challenge for Dr. Naik: pour 1 cup of seawater and 1 cup of pure water into bowl. Use a straw to drink only the fresh water. Wow. Okay, thanks. Somesh Karam, what are your thoughts on Mustafa Ataturk? Thank you so much for the question. I believe he did a lot of good. I mean, he established a new country from a crumbling Islamist empire. He enforced, that's the problem, he enforced freedom and education and equal rights and irreligion and so many other things. And he brought a lot of progress to the country. But he did it all in a way that it affected the future of the country in a very bad way, one could say. I mean, Ataturk's regime and his ministers, his people, were fans of suppressing religion and were fans of suppressing conservatist ideas in the country in order to bring more progress to Turkey. But as a result, people who believed in religion felt completely oppressed. And right now, those people who weren't able to practice their religion fully have the upper hand under Erdogan and try to do similar things. So I don't think he was really a great man, but I think he did a lot of good. That's my opinion. Thank you so much. Labor Unionist Party asked, I know you're not communist anymore, but will you help me draft a manifesto for my anti-theist communist party? No, thank you. Linda Clark, have you seen Dan Gibson's documentary yet? No, I still haven't. I'm sorry. I'm really very bad at watching things. I'm very bad at listening to speeches, at watching documentaries and stuff like that. I'm always the reader guy. I always prefer reading something, except if it's movies. But if there is a topic that I want to know about, if there is a topic that I want to have a lot of knowledge about, then the first thing I do is not to go on YouTube or to look for a documentary or something, but to instead find something to read about it and then to read everything that I want about it. Thank you so much. Thanks for the participation, guys. Thanks for all the questions. I know my voice is so weak right now. Adil asked, what do you think of the Nation of Islam and Malcolm X and Farrakhan? I made a video about Linda Clark and the Women's March, and in that I also heavily criticized the Nation of Islam and Louis Farrakhan. The Nation of Islam is a disgusting organization. Louis Farrakhan is a disgusting human being. And I would love to say that throughout his entire life, Chet. He's disgusting. He's a disgusting, hateful bastard, a racist maggot. Louis Farrakhan is currently the leader of the Nation of Islam, which is the black Muslim group in America that is neither pro-black nor pro-Muslim or anything. It just has an own agenda full of racism against white people, against Jews, against Christians, and so many others. And the Women's March, the feminists, Lina Sarsour and her other friends, are aligning with the Nation of Islam and Louis Farrakhan, who are disgusting people. Louis Farrakhan is a person who said things like Hitler was a great man and did nothing wrong. He was also the same person who said that the Holocaust was nothing, that Jews will taste something much, much worse when they die at the hands of the rightful and just God. And so much more. They are disgusting people. I don't even want to talk about them. Malcolm X, there's not much to say about Malcolm X. He followed them very much. Later, he regretted it. He started speaking for more reasonable things, but he died too soon. So I don't really have much to say about him. Thanks for the question. Moses, Muhammad was white according to Hadith. He was very white according to Hadith. Danish, will you answer my questions? Yes, I really try to answer all questions. I mean, what I want to do is really to go through all the questions and answer them one by one. But the problem is that the YouTube live chat is a horrible thing. I really understand why many people don't answer questions directly here, because it's horrible. The questions get lost, get cut off, and so much more. Falcon Bane asked, "Hey, Apostate Prophet, I know your focus is on Islam, but I don't think you should let other Abrahamic religions off the hook. They are also basically a cult too, although Islam is worse." I think I believe that I believe I explain that very often, but I just don't have the same the same hostility, let's say, very, very openly, against Judaism or Christianity or against any other religion for that matter. I mean, in today's time, we don't see all these other religions as a huge problem to the progress of humankind. We don't see them taking lives here and there and oppressing people based on their genders and sexualities and beliefs and ideas. The main religion that does that today is Islam. So, of course, I don't believe in Judaism. I don't believe in Christianity. Of course, I believe that that those beliefs are wrong. Otherwise, I would believe in them, right? But I just don't think that there is a purpose in fighting those religions while fighting Islam too. Some people somehow expect that if you criticize Islam, you also have to criticize all other religions. Why? I mean, who made that up? Who made such a rule? I don't see any purpose in that. I'm an ex-Muslim. I talk about Islam. I know about Islam. I practiced Islam. I studied Islam thoroughly. I studied basically everything about Islam. So this is what I'm doing. And I really don't believe that I should be criticizing Islam or Christianity, Judaism or Christianity. I can crack some jokes here and there. I always do that, but that's it. Thanks for the question. Okay. Anshul Pundar, thank you for making those comments, but please don't spam. Exactly, Donnie. I mean, Islam is the only religion nowadays that really causes a problem, that really poses a problem. Mr. Tree asked, "Why don't you believe in Judaism or Christianity? What made you leave Islam?" Well, I talked a lot about what made me leave Islam, but why I don't believe in Christianity and Judaism, I always have it in my mind, but I don't think I need to make a public challenge about that. But I actually planned a video for the future. I don't know when I will do it, but I planned a video on why I don't believe in God. And I will make that very respectfully, because I don't consider myself an anti-theist. I know some people, especially people who identify as anti-theist, believe that I have to attack all religions or that I have to speak out against those if I don't believe in those. But Screw them. I'm not against those religions. I'll just explain why I don't believe in them, and that's it. Thanks for the question. Time, space. Islam says whoever takes any other religion than Islam, it will not be accepted. Yes, that's true. Thank you so much, Matilda Schroka. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the nice comments. Thank you for the participation. Tuba Tree asked, apostasy and leaving Islam. Muslims say that many modern states, such as USA, have death penalty for treason, same as Islam. How do you respond? That's such a stupid argument. I know many Muslims do that. Even such a genius like Zakir Naik, the medical doctor, also makes that stupid defense, saying that killing apostates is okay because it's treated like treason, and today's countries like the USA or India also have laws that, where they can punish people for treason. But seriously, treason against a country which is in many cases I don't know, revealing secret information, fighting against the state, and so much more. It's you all see how this is ridiculous, right? I mean, I shouldn't even go into explaining that. It's such an extremely stupid argument. I mean, if people make such an argument, I really wonder how they are able to breathe, how they are able to wake up in the morning and have breakfast. Seriously, how the hell are you able to go on a toilet and not poop on your entire floor? Seriously. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the question. Linda Clark, thank you so much for another super chat. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you. Do a video on Islam being a nation, not just a religion. I could. I want to make one on Islam being a political system rather than a religion. Thank you so much, Linda. Sri Krishna asked, do you see parallels between communism and Islam? Yes, I do. I do, actually. I see a lot of things. The funny thing is that in my past in Turkey, I used to be a communist. Many people, especially religious people, told me very often things like, Islam and communism are actually not so different. And I always thought, what the hell are you talking about? But right now, when I look at it, I think they actually had a point. You know, like communism and Islam are actually quite similar in many ways, especially in the economy, in how they treat humans, in how they treat labor and workforce, and in how they are totalitarian, and how they want to enforce their own point because it is the right thing. You know, both of them, both communism and Islam, have this stupid mentality that what I offer is the right thing. That's why I am totally justified in enforcing this on you and even killing you for it, because this is the right thing. I mean, it's the right thing, right? There's no problem about me killing you over the right thing. This is the right thing. Islam has the same mentality. And they also have the same mentality in expecting everyone to perform the same exact thing, in the same quality, in the same way, on putting everyone on the same ground, on, I don't know, on so many things. So yeah, I totally agree. Communism and Islam have so much in common. They are both complete bullshit. Thanks for the question. Julia 18, what do you think about Christians and Jews? I like Christians. I mean, I say I was born in Germany, which is a country full of Christians and atheists. I moved to Turkey, which is a country full of Muslims, and I moved back to America, which is predominantly Christian. And after spending 16 years in Germany, 10 years or 11 years in Turkey, and then sometime here in America, I would live in a neighborhood full of Christians lovingly. I would really do that lovingly. I would prefer that so much over living in a Muslim country by myself. I like Christians. I like how Christians treat each other. I like how Christians are kind to each other, and how Christians, even if they disagree with you, how Christians, even if they don't like something that you do, still smile and still are nice to you and still offer their help. Mm. So Christians have this kindness, and I can see that kindness. Even if they don't depend on you or don't even need to be kind to you, they prefer to be kind to you. And that is a huge difference between Muslims and Christians, I think. And that's why I like them. About Jews, I haven't met so many Jews in my life. I have met only few, and I liked them in general. So, but I wouldn't really. I don't know. I have not much to say about that. Don't listen to me. Thank you so much for the question. Kurt K05, thanks again for the super chat. Thank you so much. Why do some Muslims respond with "You are so jealous of Muslims"? Because they are stupid. I really don't know how to answer that question. I mean, they come with this stupid thing. They say, you are just criticizing Islam because you're jealous of Islam. Seriously? How the hell does it make sense? I mean, I'm jealous of Islam. I believe that Islam is such a beautiful religion, such a beautiful system. And that's why I choose to criticize it and to tell everyone to stay away from it. Are you kidding me? If I was jealous of Islam, would I really do that? If I was jealous of it, then I would willing to go there and to live that, right? To take the benefits of that. But no, I say stay away from Islam. It's a disgusting totalitarian system. Stay away from it. Okay. Thank you so much for the question. Bianca P. Guten Abend. Yeah, it's my accent always gives it away. I still have a German accent. I think I will never be able to get rid of that. But I'm proud of it. Let's see. Thanks for all the participation. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for all the nice comments. Real Calza, why do you take donations? Nice question. I wanted to answer that. Many Muslims come into this thing like, oh, look, he is criticizing Islam and he has a Patreon account. What a surprise. Ha ha ha. Well, there are so many people out there who want to talk against Islam, who want to talk for Islam. There are so many who call themselves Dawa XYZ, or who go to open places and want to preach how beautiful Islam is. And they also have Patreon accounts. They also want you to make donations. It's quite simple. I don't accuse them of anything stupid. It's quite simple. People dedicate their lives to something that they want to do. I mean, it's really not a fun thing to do what I'm doing. I mean, seriously, I don't know what these people are thinking. It's really not a great thing to do this apostate prophet crap that I'm doing here, because it's totally stressful. It gives me so much stress, and I don't need all of this stress. I could do something much easier with my life, and I would earn much more money, much easier, without so much stress in my life. But I choose to do this because this really means something to me. I'm honest about this, and this whole cause means something to me. When I look at the world, when I look at the world, when I see it, when I look at my past, when I see how Islam affected me, and how it affects the world, how it sneaks into the West, I just want to fight against it. I see that the West is my culture. I see the West as my home, and I want to defend that home from a totalitarian culture like Islam. Especially when so many people are around who want to ban anti-Islamic speech, especially when so many people are around who want to donate to Muslims, who want to import more Muslims, who want to import more mosques, more places of Islamic education. I want to stand against that. And I'm not earning any money from YouTube. I choose not to monetize my videos. Monetization is always disabled. So I have a Patreon account and I put it there and I say, hey guys, if you want to support me in this, you can do that here. Of course I do that because I choose to have this life. I choose to do this with my life. And of course it's totally normal that I will receive something from this. I also want to write a book and receive something from that, which is a quite normal thing, which always happened in history. And even if I didn't want to initiate this, there are so many people who ask where they can donate. So this is the easiest way to make that possible. I seriously don't see the point in making accusations like, oh, look, he has a Patreon channel. Well, fucking boo-hoo. Thanks for the question. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for all the nice comments. Thanks for all the participation. I'm trying to see the newest comments. I swear, guys, I will definitely find a better system for the next live chat. This is horrible. Okay. Questions. Joey Severin made a comment in Turkish saying, okay, the things you say are nice and good, but you should still talk about all the other religions. I'm sorry, I won't. Okay, very, very honestly, I'm making this very honestly right now. This is a declaration, okay? I don't believe in any religion. I am a former Muslim. I'm heavily against Islam, as everyone already knows. I will most probably never turn this into a bashing of all other religions, which is, by the way, never all other religions. I will never go out and criticize Christianity as much, or Judaism as much, or all the other religions as much. I never plan on doing so. And I explained that very nicely, with nice points, I think, in my Why I Left Islam 3 video, which is called Life After Islam. And if anyone expects from me that I should do that, and if anyone disagrees with me and wants to go away if I don't do that, if I don't turn into an anti-theist, then bye-bye, I'm sorry. To all the other ones who appreciate this, thank you so much. I am never for diversity in this. And I'm always glad to see the unity in my comment section, to see Hindus in my comment section, atheists, anti-theist atheists, Christians, Jews, and so many other people. I like that. But thanks for the question. Full Metal Tagger asks, if you drop 50 people on an island with no disposition to any religion whatsoever, then dropped holy books, who would come out on top and why? That's a nice question. That's a nice thought game to play. I have no idea. Thank you, Joan Bermudez. Thank you so much. Amrani Yatri asked, how can Zakir Naik be corrected? Most of what he says is incorrect. Well, Zakir Naik doesn't offer any platform for people to correct him. I mean, Zakir Naik has his own platform where he invites people, and then even if they make totally right, totally correct points that disprove his points, he starts to attack them and lets his crowd applaud. So he's a con artist, there is just no way around it. And people who buy into his bullshit are just pathetic. Dark Summoner, do you plan to reach out to a larger audience? Yes, but everything in time. My YouTube channel is growing very, very fast right now, much, much faster than I ever expected. And currently, I have a growth of 3,500 new subscribers a month, which is huge for me. I never expected that at the beginning. So I'm trying to keep up with that. I'm trying to do my best about all of these things. I'm also at the same time constantly thinking about how I could make things better, what I can add to this, and so much more. So I will try to bring more into this. And thank you so much. Mad Dog TV said you should look into the Islamic invasion of India. I did. I spent actually a lot of time looking into that. I read a lot about it. My problem with it is only that it is full of misinformation too, from both sides, from those who think that Muslims were totally nice with Indians, and also from those who think that Muslims messed up everything in India. So I don't know. I always have this thing. I always want some really unbiased, helpful scholar on the topic of the Islamic invasion of India to come to me or have a conversation with me so that I could actually have a very clear idea about everything and then make a video about it. But I definitely want to talk about it because the Islamic invasion of India was brutal. Andrea Nicole, I really enjoy your Twitter feed. Thank you so much. I try to be active sometimes. Sometimes I'm very inactive there. It's quite a weird platform. Thank you so much. I will follow you back. I will follow everyone back on Twitter if you just tell me that you come from this live chat. Matilda Schrocker, do you think Muslims really believe that Muhammad was a nice guy? How they explain his crimes? Yes, they believe that Muhammad was a nice guy. I mean, I can give an example for myself. Growing up as a Muslim, I believed, just like any other Muslim, just like so many other Muslims, that Muhammad was a perfect human being. Especially when I became more religious, I thought that he was a great example, that he was so holy, that he was so nice to people, that he was amazing, that he had a beautiful personality, and so on. But I lost that more and more. He was horrible. But yes, Muslims really believe that. Otherwise, they wouldn't believe in Islam. Thanks so much for the question. Rafai asked, favorite mistake in the Quran. Favorite mistake or verse in the Quran. Okay, the favorite mistake in the Quran that I have is is the sky falling down on the earth. The Quran describes the sky as perfectly built. It doesn't even have a crack on it. That's what the Quran says. And that if Allah didn't hold it, it could even fall down on earth, which is complete nonsense if you have any idea about the world and how it looks and what it is. So that's one of my favorite things about the Quran. Other than that, I like the verse a lot where Muhammad tells his where Allah tells Muhammad's guests that they should finally leave his house and not stay too long for dinner, because that's very disrespectful. What the hell is that doing in the Quran? Thank you so much. Zachary Wickens, how do you think the Prophet recited the Quran in such a beautiful poetry? The Quran is actually not such a beautiful poetry. It's a very lame poetry. But something that I have to give is that it rhymes very nicely. It's written very nicely. But the thing is that the Quran wasn't really there when Muhammad was there. The Quran is a book was only completed when Muhammad died. So we don't really know if Muhammad said all of those things or didn't say all of those things. I believe he didn't. I believe people after Muhammad worked a lot on the Quran to make it better and made it even more stupid. Thanks for the question. What is the death toll of Islamic conquests? I don't really know. No one can really know that. Thanks for the question. KOTK05. What's going on? Another super chat. $5. What would happen to Islam if aliens come to visit Earth and Muslims ask him about Islam? I don't know. I think it's a joke question, right? I couldn't answer that. Anshul Punder, I posted your videos on Facebook and got banned from posting on Facebook for 1 month. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but Facebook works like that. I had a Facebook page before. I don't know if some of you have seen it before, but I had a Facebook page before I started YouTube. Before I started my YouTube channel, and it had around 11,000 followers the last time, and then it just got banned over a simple Quran verse. So Facebook is the worst platform for freedom of speech. Don't even try it. They might even ban you from the platform uh, if you just make a post saying I disagree with Muslims. They would flag that as hate speech and give you a ban for 7 days. Facebook is horrible. But thank you so much for your efforts. I can't talk. Exactly, Rafai. They ban you even for posting normal Quran verses. Giuseppe said, "Thank you for all you did. I have tried to do the same to inform people on the danger of Islam, but I don't have your strength and knowledge. Please go on. The world needs people like you." Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's all I can say. I'm trying to do my best. I'm so glad that you appreciate it. Another question on Hinduism. I really don't think I'm in a place to give my opinion about Hinduism. I would have to study Hinduism much further. But with this going on right now and other work that I'm also doing aside, it's really hard for me to make such researches. But I keep researching stuff, and I could probably give my opinion about those religions sometime in the future, but not now. Don't misunderstand me. It's just out of respect. I just don't believe that I have enough knowledge to form any opinion on Hinduism. A German comment, no, an English comment by a German username. Thank you so much. Thank you for your hard work. Are you planning to make some German videos? We need an insider like you to wake up people in Germany. Yes. Um, I thought about making videos in Turkish and also in German. I prefer making videos in German. I don't really prefer making videos in Turkish, even though Turkish people need it much more. The reason is that Turks are not very much interested in such things and are very often not very honest with such information, with criticism of Islam. And I don't know. I have a very hard time interacting with Turkish people because Turkish people, unlike Western people that I know, very often avoid intellectual discussions and just go on bashing people over nonsensical reasons. So I'm planning on doing German videos. The only thing that I'm thinking about right now is whether I should do those German videos on this channel or if I should do a separate Apostate Prophet German channel and do them there. I still don't know that. I'm trying to figure out the pros and cons of both of those things. If I come to a conclusion, then I might also ask you people, and then I might make my first videos in German. Thank you so much. Hmm. Labor Unionist Party. Should the USA have sided with the USSR or the Taliban? You might have asked that question because of my comments about communism. I don't think they should have sided with any of those. I mean, people need a lot of background knowledge on this to understand what we are talking about. But America did some huge mistakes in actually reviving and supporting Islamist organizations in the past during the Cold War, which was a huge mistake. And the damages of that were seen on 9/11 and much later, and we are still seeing them today. It was a horrible thing to do. They shouldn't have done it. Yeah. So my answer is neither the USSR nor the Taliban. I'm sorry. You can't get any support for the Soviet regime from my side. I have studied too much about them for that. Jalal, I don't think Zionism is a danger to the world or to mankind at all. I'm not saying this because I have a pro-Zionist position or anything. I'm not a Zionist, even though a Zionist is only someone who wishes that Jews have a homeland in this world, which happened now. I don't think it's an existential threat to humankind at all. That is simply a propaganda by people who are against Israel. Zionism is essentially, if you read everything about it, you don't have to be biased about this. You don't have to be defending it. Zionism is just about finding a solution to the Jewish suffering and providing a home for Jews, preferably in the Jewish Holy Lands. That was achieved through the British Empire and through the British Mandate of Palestine, which is now Israel. And it doesn't pose any threat at all. It doesn't have any secret agenda discussed in any secret chambers somewhere underground, 6,000 kilometers under the ground in London or something like that. All those weird things that you hear about Zionism, of conquering the world or of subduing all nations in the world, of conquering Turkey or the entire Middle East. It's all nonsense. It's all stupid conspiracy theories. It's the same conspiracy theories like 9/11 or other similar nonsense. Zionism was just to build a homeland for Jews. It happened. Did it happen in a good way or not? That should be the discussion. And I won't say anything about that right now. I'm planning on making a video about that. But thanks for the question. Dark Summoner, why do you think the West is so friendly to Islam? I think it's just the progress that happened. I mean, after some time, especially in the last century, people in the West collectively started to think that they have been unfair to the world, and they have been unworld to their own people, and that everyone should be equal, that people should have equal rights, that everyone should be human first and should have their rights as humans first and stuff like that. And somehow they came from all of that to fighting their own arrogance, fighting their own culture, and inviting other people, which is a mistake. It wouldn't be a mistake if Islamic culture wasn't so dangerous, if Islamic culture wasn't so different. But it's a mistake because Islamic culture is very different from the Western world. And people in the Islamic world are very, very hostile to other people. People in the Islamic world majorly have very problematic beliefs. And many people in the West simply choose to ignore this. Thanks for the question. Do I watch Saitan videos? Yes, I do. They are hilarious. I actually want to work with him on something. I will talk with him about that. Sorry, my voice gets very messed up. Okay, sorry. Andrew Forrest. I answered the question about criticizing Christians and Jews and Christianity and Judaism so much, so often. Wait. Andrew Forrest, username Andrew Forrest, asked the question saying, why not criticize Judaism and Christianity the same way you criticize Islam? You have enough knowledge about them. Call yourself anti-religious when you really hate Islam. What a scared coward. Guys, I'm making a promise right now. If I have, except for my old time, which I declared on my Life After Islam video, if anyone finds and proves me here saying I am anti-religious, I am against religions, I'm against all religions, I will immediately send you a check of $500. Okay? Have fun. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew Forrest. So to clarify, I have never said since I started all of this that I'm against all religions, because I'm not. I want to live on my feet asked, do you think Islam is the major issue that stops Turks from integrating in the German society? I think more than Islam, Islam is definitely a factor, but I think more than Islam, it's actually the Turkish mentality of Turkish superiority. Turks are an extremely proud nation. If Turkish media was understood in the West, or if it was more included in Western media reports, people would hate Turks as extremely racist, bigoted, weird people. I mean, the amount of the amount of racism that you can see in Turkey, which is sold as quite normal nationalism, is incredible. I think that's one of the major problems that stops Turks from integrating in Western societies. But many Turks are doing by far better than other nations that are usually more religious. Thanks for the question. And I don't say that as a Turk. I don't see myself as a Turk. I see myself as a German. Die Gedanken sind frei asked, aren't you afraid of a fatwa? No. I mean, I'm not even afraid of landing on a hit list of some stupid Islamic jihadists. I'm not afraid of receiving death threats or of appearing in some ISIS magazine or something like that. I honestly don't believe that I can be easily targeted and killed by regular Muslims. What they would do is maximum just harass me, slander me, target me in different ways, make smear campaigns, or try to maybe lynch me. That's it. I don't think I would have a death sentence on my head. And many Islamic scholars wouldn't even bother about issuing fatwas against critics of Islam. So I think the only people who would actually bother about doing such things are groups like ISIS or similar Islamic terrorists, and I'm not afraid of that. They should come. I'm in America. Thanks for the question. Dark Summoner asked again, what Muslim sect were you in? I was a Sunni Sufi Muslim. Alehia V said, how safe do you think you are in the US? I believe I'm quite safe here. I mean, I usually don't reveal my exact location, but even if I did, I don't believe I'm in a huge danger here. I believe the US is a very safe place for people who are critics of Islam. And of course, the US also gives us a lot of rights to protect ourselves individually against threats. So that makes it very, very much easier. What's also nice about the US is that the police is extremely intolerant about such things like Islamist people threatening individuals, or communities here, neighborhoods are also very, very protective of each other. That's very nice. So I think I'm quite safe in America. Thank you so much for the question. And just to add to that, I seriously don't believe that I would be remotely as safe in Germany, Sweden, France, the UK, the Netherlands, and so on. That's why I'm glad I'm here. Papa Jambori asked, is German Turkish population truly patriotic towards Germany, or they consider Turkey as superior? Most Turks like Turkey by far more than Germany. So many people who say, well, I also see myself as German, I'm also very proud, and I'm also very integrated, are not really telling the truth. But as said, Turks are usually doing a much better job. I don't see a reason to attack them right now. Thank you, Gedalia. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have a fly that's bothering me right now. Thank you for all the participation. Thank you for all the questions, guys. Sri Krishna asked, what do you think about hadith that contain genocidal texts about Jews and the last days? I just made a video recently about it, and I made a video before about that Muhammad has such a prophecy for the future that Jews will fight Muslims and Muslims will kill the Jews, and even treason stones will say, "Oh, Muslim, there is a Jew behind me. Please come and kill him." It's disgusting, and it truly shows the extremely Jew-hating nature of Islam as a religion. And I will definitely make a video about that in the future, in very near future. So yeah, that only proves my point that Islam is inherently extremely Jew-hating. Thanks for the question. Okay, I have a very little problem with my throat right now. As mentioned earlier in this video, in this live chat, I'm still a little bit sick from the weekend. I was extremely sick on the weekend. I couldn't even get out of bed. I'm recovering right now. I will take a very, very short break of 2 minutes if you people don't mind, and I will be back very quickly to keep answering questions, guys, if that is okay. All right, I'll be back very, very quickly. Hi guys, I'm back. Yeah, I just had to drink some camel urine and collect my shekels at the door. As said, I was very sick. I'm still recovering. I had an infection in my throat, which bothers me a lot right now. The comments when I leave are hilarious. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see. Wang Li asked, "What do you think about Uyghur Turks and their problems?" Yeah. What do you think about the Uyghur Turks and the problems and the Muslim problem in China? Well, I would need to I would need to talk much further about that. I mean, China obviously has a problem with terrorism, with a very different type of terrorism called the Uyghur Turk Muslim terrorism. I believe it's a huge problem for China. I believe it's a huge problem for the region. But it's just another example that shows how nationalism and Islam together combined can cause a huge problem for the unity of people and for peace. But I don't believe, to be very honest with you, I don't believe that China is the best country in treating people. And China commits a lot of atrocities. China commits a lot of crimes against humankind. But the Uyghur Turks and their terrorist activities in the country show very clearly how such people who combine their ultra-nationalism with Islam work. They spread false information, they spread propaganda all over the world, claiming that the Chinese torture them daily, that the Chinese make totally weird, ununderstandable prohibitions on them that don't even exist, and then go on and kill people, attack soldiers, and so on. I believe a lot of the reactions from China on the Islamic community are very well justified, considering that that Islamist groups in the country wage such a war against the country. That's all I would have to say about this. Thank you so much for the question. Yeah, Andrew Forrest, fuck off. Seriously. MD Azim, did Muhammad ever drink alcohol? According to Hadith, he never did drink alcohol. According to his life story, Muhammad even had a miracle that showed that he's a prophet, that he was going to be a prophet, which is that whenever people had celebrations around Mecca, and whenever people had big celebrations with alcohol and dancing and this and that, and Muhammad, even though he didn't like it, had to go to those celebrations, he would suddenly pass out or something would happen and he would never reach those celebrations. Ooh. So no, according to Islamic tradition, he never apparently drank it, but I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. But no one can really answer this question. Anshul Pundir asked, why are Muslims such hypocrites? Islamic countries don't give proper religious and cultural rights to other religions and want the same aggressively from other countries when they are in the minority. Well, you could justify that behavior by saying their countries are not free countries, but the countries they move to and accept them are free countries, and those free countries should give them those rights. But then again, Western countries give them rights that they want, so there shouldn't even be such a discussion. But yeah, the Islamic world is just like that. Islamic people, Muslim people have this attitude that in their own countries, in their own Islamic ruled places, they don't want other religions to flourish, to appear everywhere, and they complain about that. They make formal complaints about that. They create lynch mobs and stuff like that, with churches rising or people trying to convert Muslims to other religious groups. But then when they go into the Western world, they demand everything. It's quite hypocritical, but what can you do about it? Stop mass Muslim immigration. Thanks for the question. Did Muhammad drink camel piss? Apparently he did. That's what the hadith say. Aleka said, where is the stoning of people mentioned? Well, the stoning of people as a punishment in Islam is not mentioned in the Quran. It's only mentioned in the Hadith. According to Hadith, however, to some authentic Hadith, there were Quran verses that actually ordered the stoning of people, but those Quran verses were lifted from the Quran. It's some form of abrogation. It was abrogated as text, but it still existed in practice. So, and the story behind it is also quite weird, that it got lost because an animal ate the scripture or something like that. So yeah, it's not in the Quran, it's in the Hadith, but it exists. Shaman F. Belim, I have a question. Can you tell how many slaves did Muhammad possess at his death? Thank you so much for the question. I don't know the exact number right now, but there are specific numbers. There are mentions of 8 slaves that he had, 4 males and 4 females or something like that. But he had many slaves that he, majorly slaves that he got from battles and wars. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a very bad throat. KOTK05, another super chat. Thank you. Can Imam wear rainbow color kufi to Friday prayers? I don't think there's any restriction to that. I think they should be able to. Yes, Indian username, I can't read that, I'm sorry. Muhammad had 11 wives, even though Allah allows only 4. Yes, I made a video about that, which I called The Pervert Prophet. It's still one of my favorite videos. I think it was one of my best videos, in which I explained that Muhammad, even though he restricted the number of wives to 4, he himself, still after that ruling, had more than 4 wives, which just shows that Muhammad, even himself, was unable to stick with his own Islamic religious laws. He was a total hypocrite. You can watch that video. I think it's one of my personal favorites. TX Rex. Yes, I am originally from Germany, from the southern part, around Stuttgart. Thank you for the question. Alan Poe, which is a better medium to exposing Islam, blogging or making videos? I don't know. I'm currently making videos because I believe this is how I can explain things in a better way to more people. I have no problem with writing. I write some things sometimes. Greetings from Germany. Greetings back to Germany. Thank you. Why not Christianity? I have my reasons, but I'm not planning on criticizing Christianity. So, yeah. I will make a video about why I don't believe in that in the future. Thank you so much. What does Islam say about homosexuality? Asked by Queenie Mark. Thank you for the question. Well, Islam sees homosexuality as a very sick and wrong behavior. In the Quran, it condemns it multiple times, and in the Hadith, it orders to kill homosexuals, to drive them out, and so on. So yeah, it's considered horrible, and it carries the death penalty in Islam. Thanks for the question. Grace Monroe Hepburn Kelly asked, "Why do Muslims hate Jews so much?" Grace, I'm currently making a series. I made 2 videos already. I should actually put them into a playlist about the inherent Islamic hate towards Jews. You can watch it. I think I have said much more there than I can say here, and I will make a 3rd part to that very soon. Thanks for the question. Omar Khan asked, "Aren't you afraid for your safety when you speak about this stuff?" I'm really not afraid about my safety. I think I'm quite safe here in America. I might be less safe when if I travel to different countries, like I don't know, in Europe, for example. I believe I'm safe. I mean, me getting attacked, getting killed by someone, I think is a very low possibility. Thank you so much. Alekevi asks, "Is there no marital rape in Islam?" No, there is no marital rape. Islam does not recognize rape done within the marriage as rape. Islam clearly says, I mean, in multiple hadith, in multiple narrations, it even clearly says that a wife has to have sex with her husband if the husband wants to have sex in that moment. It's disgusting, I know. Matilda Stroka asked, "Do you think Muhammad hated women?" I think he loved women in a very different way, in which you really shouldn't love women. So yeah, I think he was extremely misogynistic, and he had very many reasons to hate women. Maybe because he was such a loser and such a lunatic in his former life. I mean, before he was a prophet. I'm not talking about reincarnation. Um, Alan Murad asked, "What do you think about the theory that Mecca was actually Petra?" Uh, I haven't really looked much into it, so I can't really say that I don't believe in it or whatever. I mean, I would have to look further into it. But at the first thought, it seems very, very unlikely because we have a lot of proof that it was actually Mecca. But I don't know. I can't say much about it. I would have to look into it. Thanks for the question. Veer asked a nice question saying, how do we know that the Quran is what Muhammad actually preached? Very nice question. We can't really know that because there are no examples of the Quran that are left from Muhammad's time that Muhammad actually approved of. Because the Quran as a full book was only formed after Muhammad died, which makes the whole thing much more dubious. But as I see it, in this moment talk about Islam and Muhammad because the Quran and Muhammad constitute the basis of the Islamic faith. And I'm criticizing Islam for what it is, not for what it's supposed to be. But very interesting question. Very nice. Thank you, Veer. Odette Grady said, "What is your opinion about Judaism?" Well, Judaism has always been an evolving religion. It was never a religion that completely had one clear message that had to be protected until the end of times. It was always in an evolution that the religion made possible by itself through rabbinic tradition and teachings and the reading of the scripture, interpretations, and so many other things. The Talmud is an evolving system. Initially, it was probably okay for its time as a national religion. Currently, it's probably not the best thing to follow for every person. But then again, Judaism also doesn't say that you should be following this religion. It just wants its own believers to abide by specific rules, by a specific order. So in that, I have no problem with Judaism, especially not with mainstream Jews. There are obviously some communities also within Judaism that are problematic today, like Hasidic Jews. I wouldn't say that Hasidic Jews are bad, but there have been so many controversies and so many problems around Hasidic Jews, just like about some other sects within Christianity, some sects within Islam, and so on. But that's a totally different matter of discussion. Thank you so much about the question. Queenie Mark, thank you so much. I really appreciate your comments. Truth Son, what do you think about praying to Allah in Arabic? I think it's nonsense. And that was always something that bugged me about Islam, even when I was really religious. I thought, okay, the Quran was revealed in Arabic, Muhammad spoke Arabic, the Hadith are in Arabic, but seriously, why the hell do I have to make my prayer in one specific manner in Arabic? I didn't think, why the hell do I have to do this? But it somehow bugged me always when I was a Muslim. And it's complete nonsense. I mean, it's nonsense. It's not a national religion. I mean, Judaism was, for example, which we just talked about, a national religion, and it made total sense back then to recite things in the original language. But Islam claims to be a universal religion, but then also wants to uphold the prayers and everything in Arabic, which is impossible, and which makes the religion look completely stupid. Thanks for the question. Islam in 30 years, I believe Islam in 30 years will be losing a lot of blood, as it is right now. I know many Islamic scholars, many Muslims are in denial, but if you actually speak the language of those countries, of Muslim-dominated countries, you can see that in many countries, not only in Turkey or in Indonesia or in such countries, even in countries like Saudi Arabia, many Islamic scholars, many people are afraid of trending atheism, of trending apostasy, and they are trying to stop it. They're trying to find ways to prevent that from happening. There are even YouTube channels that I see now that emerge because they are afraid of growing apostasy in the Islamic world, and they want to counter it. Sorry, but in this day and age, there is nothing to do against it. I'm so glad that this is happening. This is an awakening, and I believe in 200 years, people will view Islam as a joke or as an old, stupid tradition. Asbjørn Berg, very nice point. There is no history before Islam in Mecca and Medina. Islam originated probably close to Palestine. First time Mecca is mentioned in Arabic sources are in 741. That's strange. It is. I thought about the same thing. That's why I think that theories about Islam originating from a different place instead are actually quite reasonable. But I didn't look very much into it. And yeah, Mecca and Medina was such a useless region that it had basically no importance at all before Islam. I mean, the Romans, the Romans who conquered everything, the Romans who went everywhere to conquer everything there is, completely ignored the Arabian Peninsula. They completely ignored Mecca. They never wanted to go down there and conquer that place, even though conquering it would be a piece of cake for the Romans. So yeah, it was of no importance. And people from Arabia were actually viewed by many others as useless and ignorant people, and it became only important with Islam. What's also funny about that is that the Quran mentions the place as the mother of all cities, which is stupid. But yeah, there might be something about the theory that Mecca was actually Petra, but I don't really know much about it. I have to look into it. Let's see. Faircard Gaming, it's true, Mecca was the center of trade, but it didn't have a huge influence. It didn't have a huge cultural influence, especially. And it was important in the south. It was important not in the north. It wasn't very important to people in north to Syria, for example. It was important to people in Yemen and to people on the Arabian Peninsula. It was a center of trade in the Arabian Peninsula, and it was also kind of important to people on the African Horn and people around that region. But it didn't have a great cultural importance. It didn't have very many other I don't know, it didn't have a huge importance. As said, the Romans even discussed Mecca and decided never even to get into it. A German question is, what do you think about male circumcision? Because in Germany it was allowed, and in Iceland it is going to be forbidden. What do you think about it? I think everyone, I mean, people who want to do it, people who have a positive opinion about it can have a positive opinion about it. People who want to get circumcised when they are able to make that decision should do it. I have no problem with it. I don't think of it as a completely stupid practice. I just think of it as something unnecessary. And I think that people shouldn't make that decision for their children, because you never know what your child will end up with. And I've seen too many people, including myself, who regretted that much, much later. That's why I have a son, and I said no, definitely no circumcision. Yes, Julian, I am from Germany. Slovak Queen, the whole pilgrimage cube looks like a freaking ritual. Yes, it was. I mean, it was a center of trade. Mecca was a center of trade, and what it was is that people around that place and people who came from other places made some form of pilgrimage to the Kaaba, more in some sort of honor. It was holy for the Islamic pagans. It was holy to some religious groups around the Arabian Peninsula and inside the Arabian Peninsula, but it didn't have any importance in Abrahamic religions. Pagans only used to put up Abrahamic symbols too inside the Mecca because they wanted to pay respect to all those people who also come to Mecca and participate in trade. It only became an Abrahamic thing suddenly when Muhammad made it an Abrahamic thing, which is totally stupid. How did Muhammad know the angel's name? Well, as by life. The angels? Oh, you mean Gabriel? Well, from Christians and Jews. I mean, a lot of some Christians, some I think different denominational Christians, and many Jews lived in regions where he lived, and that's where he got a lot of knowledge from about the Bible from. Failed card gaming. The belief that the Kaaba was built by Abraham is a complete fabrication by Muhammad. There is no such source other than Islamic sources. Jews and Christians never believed in such a thing, even though they respect Abraham so much as one of the highest personalities in their beliefs. I mean, if the Kaaba was such an important thing, and if really God wanted Abraham to build the Kaaba according to biblical beliefs, why was it never mentioned in the Bible? Why was it never mentioned by Christians? Why was it never mentioned by Jews? It's an Islamic invention. Hassan Kader, yes, the Black Rock. The Black Rock is, guys. The Black Rock is a small rock that is at the corner of the Kaaba, to which Muslims pray to. It's just at the side of it, and when Muslims go to the pilgrimage, what they do is they revere that Black Rock. I'm sorry. They go to it, they kiss it, they pray to it, they talk to it in stupid ways, and what it actually turns out to be is a meteorite. It's actually something that fell from outer space. According to Islamic belief, it's actually a stone that fell from heaven. But that's a completely stupid belief, totally made up. Funny thing is also that that Arabia doesn't want to give that the authorities don't want the stone to be given away for further research, because further research would only show that it's a meteorite, which would destroy the entire Islamic belief about the black stone. Randy Wilkes, have you done the Hajj when you were a Muslim? No, I didn't. I was offered to do it, but I never had the means to do it. I was offered that by my boss for free once, but then I was about to leave the faith, so it was too late. I didn't. Okay, we're coming to the end of this video, of this live chat. My throat is feeling very, very bad. I'll be here for another 10 minutes, and then I will have to say goodbye. I'm still sick, and this is doing nothing good to me right now. But it's great to be here with you guys, and thank you for all the participation. Thank you for all the questions. Will you make a video for closet atheists in the Middle East on how to survive Ramadan? I usually make videos only if I think that I have something useful and nice to say about it, and I just can't see myself giving very, very nice advices about that. If I have something in my mind in future, I might do it, and if I decide to do it, it will probably be something humorous. Maybe, I don't know. Thank you so much. Funny comments. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, the questions are disappearing, ending. Another question by someone with a Hindi name that I can't read. Wasn't Arabian paganism influenced by Hindus' practices? It's very hard to say. I mean, historians, I read a lot about that, and historians have very much a hard time finding out the roots of Arabian culture and Arabian pagan beliefs. And there are so many theories around them. And many of the theories are also that Arabian paganism was influenced very much by Zoroastrianism and by Hindu practices and Hindu beliefs, because many Hindus would also make journeys to Mecca and to India and then to other places like Indonesia. So, and there is really not much historians can say, because Arabians were a very inferior culture that didn't keep any books or any notes at all. They started only keeping books after they became Islamicized, and after they started seeing that other cultures keep such records, like the Romans. That's why pre-Islamic knowledge is very much unknown, and we have to go by things that Muslims tell us. And that's a very weird thing to do, because Muslims eradicated Islamic paganism, Muslims eradicated Arabic paganism, and they wrote everything about it. All right. Mo Shalabi, I should make videos on the silly miracles of Islam. I will. I know there are so many people. I have seen so many on almost every video by now that are reminding me that I need to make a video about Muhammad's miracles. I'm going to do that very soon. I know I'm very late with that. I'm going to do that very soon. Why are non-Muslim why are non-Arabic Indian Muslims proud of their false Arab identity? I don't know. I'm not very familiar with Indian Muslims, so I can't really say very much about them. All I have seen from Indian Muslims, I have seen in their massive attacks that they launch against me on social media. All right. Children in Islam. I could do that. Thank you, Ziggy Theorem. Thank you, Gedalia, so much. A video about all the non-Arabic words in the perfect Arabic book. Gedalia, nice idea. To be quite honest with you, I don't see that as a very big problem, because I mean, I might add that as some side detail sometime, that the Quran claims to be a perfect book in Arabic, even though it borrowed so many words, even so many words of Islamic practices from so many different languages. I might add that as a detail in some video, but I don't think I would make an entire video about that. Hassan Kadir, do you like Putin or Trump? I don't like any of. I don't like Putin or Trump. I was, to be very honest, I have to say something that many people don't disagree with. Maybe that some people disagree with, maybe, but in the 2016 elections, I was rather for Trump than for Hillary Clinton, definitely. And I was very much for a lot of things that Trump did, also very much against a lot of things that he did, because I'm not a fan of them. I don't have a political party that I associate with, that I need to follow. I don't have a political agenda that I need to follow. I'm a free thinking centrist, and I respected Trump much more until yesterday, I believe. Was it yesterday when he made that disastrous meeting with Putin? I don't know. But I think it was horrible, and it should really Trump's move yesterday with Putin was really nothing to defend. And believe me, if you follow me on Twitter, if you see my Twitter feed, I defend Trump very often for so many things that people criticize him for. But what happened yesterday was very, it was shameful. It was shameful for America. It was shameful for Trump. I see no defense of that. I don't see how I can defend that. All right, we're coming to the end of this video, of this live chat. Dogs are better than me. Thank you, Jolie. I know dogs are better than me. Ash says, why didn't Zoroastrianism have as much influence on Islam as much Judaism and Christianity had, and they weren't labeled as people of the book like others, even Persia being next to Arabian Peninsula? Well, it's a long and tough topic. I might make a video about that. Thank you so much for the question, Ash. I won't forget this. I will talk about that more in a video. Anshul Pundir, do I make yoga or meditation? No, I don't. I don't. I do other things that people do to relax that have to do with some substances that may or may not be considered illegal, even though they have no damage on you at all. Thanks for the question. Yeah. I know there was just someone apparently insulting me in some way, saying like dogs are better than you, but that's not an insult. I mean, that's an insult if you are a Muslim, because Muslims have such a problems with dogs. I don't have a problem with dogs. That's like saying someone else is better than me. Great. Anshul Pundir, thank you. I don't, but I answered that question already. All right. That's it, guys. Yeah, I'm sick. Thank you so much for all the participation. I'm sorry if I weren't able to answer all the questions. I'm sorry. The live chat system is quite messed up, and it takes a while to answer some questions, and then I can't come to others, and then YouTube cuts off the questions and so on. I'm trying to do my best. I will try to make it with a much better software, this live chat thing next time, even though I intended the same thing for this time. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for all the great questions, for all the nice comments. Thanks for all the insults. And thank you so much, guys. I will be back soon. I will make a new video. I'll try to do it tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll try to do my next video on Friday. Yeah, the comments are getting funnier. Thanks so much, guys. And I'm gonna collect my Jew money now. Stay away from Islam and have a great week. Thanks. Okay. I'm gone. Thanks.